a century before Salahuddin's rise, in 1099, the Crusaders stormed Jerusalem during the First Crusade. What followed was one of the darkest days in the city's history. Tens of thousands of Muslims and Jews were massacred. Blood ran through the streets. Masjid al-Aqsa, the place where Prophet Muhammad had led the prophets in prayer during Isra and Miraj, was desecrated. The Crusaders converted it into a church, and the Dome of the Rock was defiled. For 88 years, this holy city remained under foreign occupation. In the mid-12th century, the Muslim world was divided into rival dynasties and weakened by internal disputes. But from this chaos emerged Salahuddin Ayyubi, a young Kurdish commander of exceptional intelligence, faith, and discipline. After serving under the great general Nur ad-Din, Salahuddin became ruler of Egypt and later Syria. His mission became clear: to unite Muslims and restore Jerusalem to its rightful guardians. Salahuddin was not merely a warrior, he was a man of vision and faith. He spent years preparing, strengthening his armies, and restoring justice within the lands he ruled. He inspired people by his piety, generosity, and commitment to jihad. To his soldiers he promised no wealth, but the honor of defending Islam's holiest sites. Every step he took was guided by the dream of one day hearing the call to prayer once again echo from the walls of Al-Aqsa. By 1187, Salahuddin had gathered a powerful and disciplined army. The Crusader states, weakened by corruption and arrogance, were unprepared for the storm to come. When the Crusaders, led by King Guy of Jerusalem, launched reckless attacks, Salahuddin saw his chance. He lured them into the scorching fields near Lake Tiberias, cutting them off from water and supplies. On July 4, 1187, one of the greatest battles of the medieval world took place, the Battle of Hattin. Under the blazing sun, Salahuddin's army encircled the Crusaders. Exhausted, thirsty, and desperate, the Crusader forces collapsed. The true cross, their most sacred relic, was captured. King Guy of Jerusalem and many nobles were taken prisoner. This single victory destroyed Crusader power in the region and opened the road to Jerusalem. Marching with determination, Salahuddin advanced toward the holy city itself. By September 20, 1187, Jerusalem was surrounded. Inside the walls, panic spread. The Crusader defenders knew they had no hope of victory. The city's commander, Bolian of Ibelin, threatened that if no safe surrender was given, he would burn the city, destroy its treasures, and kill its people rather than hand it over. Salahuddin refused to answer cruelty with cruelty. He offered honorable terms: surrender the city, and its people would be spared. Negotiations followed, and an agreement was reached. The Crusaders would hand over Jerusalem, while civilians could leave safely in exchange for a ransom. Salahuddin showed extraordinary generosity. Those who could not pay were freed without ransom. Unlike the massacre of 1099, this conquest was remembered for its mercy and justice. On October 2, 1187, Salahuddin entered Jerusalem. The date was no ordinary day. It was the 27th of Rajab, the anniversary of Isra and Miraj, when Prophet Muhammad was taken on his night journey to Masjid al-Aqsa. To Muslims, it was a sign of divine blessing. With solemn reverence, Salahuddin ordered the crosses removed from the Dome of the Rock and Masjid al-Aqsa. The sacred mosques were purified with water and rose again as houses of prayer. Scholars, Quran reciters, and worshippers filled the halls with the sound of faith. After nearly 9 decades, the call to prayer once again rose above the blessed sanctuary. Even the Crusaders, though defeated, marveled at Salahuddin's honor. Instead of vengeance, he chose compassion. Families were reunited and allowed to leave unharmed. Christian holy places were respected. His enemies praised him as a noble knight, greater in honor than many of their own kings. The liberation of Jerusalem and Masjid al-Aqsa was not just a military triumph, it was a triumph of faith, unity, and justice. Salahuddin Ayyubi became a symbol of courage, mercy, and leadership. His victory restored Masjid al-Aqsa to the Ummah, and his name remains forever tied to its liberation.